Button back. If y'all know the infamous man that threw the bounty tissue at the tournament. What tournament was that again? I forgot.
CEO.
Oh, CEO, a real big
Yeah.
major in Florida for you guys that don't know. So we got Joe Budden back. For you guys that don't know, I've known Joe Budden for a minute. You see the soft tissue right there, Charmin boys. You see that? But yeah, for you guys that don't
That
know,
shit is reversed, but yeah.
I've known Joe Budden for a minute. He been one of my mods for a minute. We've been cool. I met him back in the day. I think the first time I ever seen you, Joe Budden, when I used to go to Crazy Game Stream all the time. I used to chill with
Yeah.
him and play in the lobbies and stuff like that. That's the first time I ever saw you. And then from there, because I used to mess with Crazy like that, and that's how I met you. When you started coming to my streams, I started raiding Crazy, and we were just cool like that. So that's the first time I met you, which was like, I think that was like season 2 or 3 of Tekken 7, I think, right?
No, it wasn't even that. Like it was around like 2023. 2023. So that's like season 4, I think.
Oh wow,
That's
it
like
was
when
really.
all the DLCs already came out.
Oh, so it was really late. Yeah, I remember. And
Yeah.
you was getting it in. You had the Dio, the Dio Claudio with the whole yellow, the
Oh,
mustard.
I've lost him like a few times back then too. There was a time where he like actually streaked me and shit. That's how you know I came a long ass fucking way. That I was actually losing to him at one point in Tekken 7.
That's what I'm saying too. That's what people don't understand. Yo, wasn't you like you was like green
And
rank,
Rip
right?
Crazy Games too. Crazy Games. He didn't die, but like he doesn't stream anymore.
Oh, he's random.
I never see him ever.
Yo, I seen him stream like a few days ago. Actually, he's random.
Wait,
He was
really?
yeah, he was playing mad Tekken.
Tekken?
Yeah, Tekken for a minute. I be hitting him up. I said, yo, you random with streaming. Like you stream for like 2 weeks straight every day, and then he would just randomly just stop streaming. And then I'm like, he usually streams when like a big new adventure game comes out. That's when he be going in. Like when Elden Ring came out, he streamed every day.
Oh yeah, he played Stellar Blade. Like he played Stellar Blade a lot because he's kind of like a horny old man in crazy games.
He's funny as hell, bro. So that's how I met
Yeah.
you. Yo, wasn't you, yo, in Tekken 7, you was like a green or blue rank, right? If I remember correctly. It was around
Yeah,
it, right?
I was really like hard stuck blue, and then towards the end, like I was Emperor, and then like at the very end, like Tekken God. But really like Emperor, Tekken King, and then sometimes blue rank. Yeah, like
Damn
those
that.
were like where I lived at.
What?
And I had thousands of games too. I had literally thousands of games. It's not like I didn't play the game. I
Yeah.
like actually played the game, and I was stuck down there.
What do you think made it hard for you in that game?
Labbing. I think the fucking instant replay carried the fuck out of me because I couldn't replicate the situations that I was in because I didn't know how to do like for example if I wanted to replicate like a Mishima like electrocuting me and shit I couldn't do it that well. So I couldn't even replicate like a lot of situations I was in, and I also didn't know the moves by like I didn't know like the fucking inputs of all the moves either. So there was a lot of shit that I'd be getting hit by, and I'm like, I have no clue how to even replicate this situation. And then when instant replays came by, it's like an easy way. It's like a brain dead way to laugh. That you just go to the instant replay and you take over, and then now all of a sudden it's easier for me to learn matchups too. Combined with fucking the online replays as well, where you can watch people in Korea play the game, and then all of a sudden like you could filter it so they're fighting characters you suck against, and then you could see how they deal with it in like 2 seconds without having to go on YouTube or anything.
That's mad smart. I never thought about that actually, because I know you could watch like replays from people from all over and stuff, but I didn't think there was
Yeah,
actual people that would like go to the like watch like Korean players replays and study. That's mad smart, especially if
yeah.
you trying to get better, go to tournaments. I never thought about that like that. That's actually real.
It's like I look at it like the lazy way of laughing, like doing that. Like instead of actually going through the whole move list, you just like for me example, you watch Mogold or something fight
Yeah,
against, say you lose against Azucena, and then you go to a replay and then boom.
that makes a lot of sense. That's mad smart. I never thought of that because honestly, I'm still stuck on the always. I know if you seen one of my tutorial videos and see the way I lab, you see I go through the whole
Yeah, you
move
go through the
list.
whole move list. You go through the whole move list. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because I'm still on the old school stuff, man. I'm not really like the replays. I'll use it like if I don't really know something, but like when a character first comes out, let's say like Miyagi Zo or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I labbed. I just looked through her whole move list. But that's an old school thing because back then, and like even in Tekken 7, you couldn't really like look at people's replays or nothing like that. You had to just
Yeah.
know move properties and stuff like that. And like back then too, like in Tekken 5, there was no frame data in the game, so you actually had
Oh
to
yeah, that
really
too.
know frames to find out what's unsafe and what's plus.
And did it in the beginning of 7? They didn't have frame data either. That's why they started selling that shit.
Exactly, yeah. In the beginning of 7, there was no
Yeah.
frame data, but so if you knew frame data, like if you really knew frame data, like, or if you played back then, it's kind of easy to figure out how plus is something, how negative is something, if you like really know frame data. So that's how, like, for early 7 and then other Tekken games, I was able to figure stuff out. Don't get me wrong, there was stuff like an RB Norway, which is a Norway website that has
Oh
all
yeah,
the
like
frame data.
websites with all the frame data. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that. The only issue with that is that obviously you got to translate it, and sometimes the stuff might be inaccurate, but most of the time it was good money when it came to the frame data of the game. So, yeah, another thing I want to ask you. You see how in Tekken 7 you said you was having a hard time because of the labbing thing,
Yeah.
right? I was
Yeah.
gonna also say something about that.
Also too, I'd say like the way I tried playing Tekken 8 and Tekken 7, where I was way too aggressive and I was trying to like just like not block for shit. And that game, when you were it rewarded you for being like way more patient and fucking like not overextending like in Tekken 8, it's like the complete opposite. Where now
Yeah.
when I overextend, I actually get rewarded for doing that shit. In 7, I would get super if I wasn't careful, I would get super smoked overextending in 7.
Yeah, because in 7, most of your damage came from counter hits. Everybody had a counter hit launcher. Like,
Yeah.
everybody had mad counter hit launchers, and the punishment was OD in that game. Like, if you get blocked, you die in that game. It
Yeah.
was a weird game. It felt like it, like, kind of like Tekken 8, where it forced, like, offense, but the counter hit damage was so high that it felt like people were playing defensive but throwing shit out at the same time while playing defensive.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
just a
like
lot.
brain dead defense, and then
Yeah,
Tekken 8's like brain dead offense.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
so going into Tekken 8, when did you figure out, because your level of play increased a lot in Tekken 8. So I'm wondering,
Yeah.
when is it that you figured out like how to play Tekken 8? Because honestly, like, especially during season 1, it felt like a lot of players had a very hard time adapting to that game. Like, very hard. Like, people, for the first 5 months, people were playing that like it was Tekken 7 still. No heat bursts. You know what I'm saying? Barely any heat. Like, people weren't really being offensive. They were blocking too much. So what made you finally figure out, like, oh, this is how I got to play Tekken 8?
I think I figured it out early because, like I said earlier, I was trying to play Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. I think the only thing that, like, the reason why I probably I'm not gonna say I had like I wasn't like the same rank as you were when it came out, and I wasn't like winning online tournaments immediately. But I think it was just literally like the play style difference of Tekken 8. I understood probably immediately because that's how I tried playing in 7. So it was a lot easier for me. Like with Claudio, for example, when I'm in heat, I'm just mashing everything. Like I'm running 2ing 1,000 times, and then I'm doing starburst shit 1,000 times. Like like playing in Tekken 7 and you just had starburst and you didn't have it like 5 times in heat. You had to really like pick your spots with like using it. And then when you're in Heat and Tekken 8, you can just like spam the fuck out of the Starburst strings, or just like, and then you have the Demo Man with fucking Claudio. That made things 1,000 times easier. So it did not take long for me in Tekken 8 to learn how to play that shit. Because like I said earlier, I'm like a naturally aggressive player.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it took so much longer for other people to play that shit. Because I didn't have to sit here and like unlearn like a lot of habits I had in older Tekkens. I literally all my bad habits felt like they were just good habits in Tekken 8 because it just now all the aggressive shit I'm doing is working way more than it used to do. So that's why I think people like for like Anakin and shit and all and like me that they fucking it was really hard for them for Tekken 7 or Tekken 8 because they're forced to fucking play way like yeah, like I said, way more aggressive than they're normally used to. And for me, that wasn't the case. Like I wasn't out of my comfort zone playing Tekken 8.
Yeah, that's interesting how the way games change, like, it helps certain players because their play style already plays that way.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, like, for me too, when it came to that game, it felt like I adapted fast, but that's because I'm usually, like, it's weird. Like, some games I play defensive, but some, like, the older games I was a bit more aggressive. So, like, I was like, yo, like, lead frames are good in this game. I could just go ham.
Yeah, I heard your lead was really aggressive back then too. That you actually like kind of playing aggressive.
Yeah, Tekken 6 and Tekken 5, I was mad aggressive. So, like,
Like
You
you
know,
like poking the fuck out of people.
exactly. So since I could play like that again, I was like, okay, I like this game to some extent. I don't love it, but I like it. Like
Yeah.
I like the fundamental. Because I was gonna ask you this about Tekken 8. Do you feel like people say Tekken 8 is just all casino, all 50-50s, and they say that you could never play solid? People just be like fundamentals, spacing, poking. That don't work in Tekken 8. What you think about that? You think you could still beat somebody by outplaying them? Or you think the game is just all meets out 24/7? You can't even play good. Like it's just a coin toss who wins.
Well, I think this is the weird part about Tekken 8. I think that actually is the case at. I think once you actually lab the fuck out of the game, that you can actually like out fundamental people. But if you do not have like the like you if you don't have if you have like any weaknesses, especially defense wise, you're gonna get beat by people that are way less fundamental than you. Like I think you have to know you have to know everything to out fundamental people. Like that's why I think at the very highest level that they can still win consistently, but everywhere else it's just completely random. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot of like holes in people's gameplay or holes in people's game that just like if they're the better player like fundamentally, they're not gonna be able to take advantage of it as much. But even though I'm saying that, I still think like Tekken 8 has a lot of problems. I just think that at least at the very highest level, when you have like people that actually study like the fuck out of the game, know every matchup, know every frame, that's the only time where you can actually use your fundamentals and take advantage of somebody and win.
that makes sense. Cause I was gonna say too, like you saw how Namco with this game, the reason why it is the way it is because they want to make the joint easy for everybody, right? But
Yeah,
by doing that, they made the game crazy and it ended up being harder for everybody. So like the
yeah,
opposite of what they wanted, they got. Cause when you make something too
yeah,
easy, that means everybody dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That means almost anybody
yeah,
could win. So I get you on that too. Like that's another thing too that a reason why a lot of people didn't play tag 2 was because to be good in tag 2, you had to know every single matchup. You have to know tag crash setups, all types of different stuff. And most people don't want to lab all that stuff. That's a lot.
yeah,
Yo, Tekken Tag 2 had a big ass roster. So I feel like Tekken 8 kind of has the same. Well, I think Tekken 8 has more of that issue. Because, like, most matches that I see in Tekken 8 is just somebody spamming knowledge checks till you figure it out.
yeah, yeah.
That's
I
literally
think
what Tekken 8.
in seven, you could pick up the game and not have like full matchup knowledge, and if you had better fundamentals, you would win. I think that's why a lot of people like seven way more is because of that.
That
Well, like obviously in this game, if you have like even like 5% less matchup knowledge than the other person, you might actually lose, even if you have more fundamentals.
Yeah, because the stuff does too much damage. And when a casino happens, that happens. You can't do
Yeah.
nothing about it. Ain't no.
And there's stuff that's like plus 1,000 on hit that you would like never fucking expect. And like, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, because there's no tech or option select against a 50-50 in your face. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
When somebody puts you in that blender, you eat in that blender. It's not like old
Yeah.
Tekken games. Like there was 50-50s, but it mostly was when you was getting up from the floor or something like that, or tech rolling or something. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody hits you with a poke that was mad plus, the follow up poke you might have to eat the follow up poke or guess the follow up poke. Now somebody could just burst out heat and 50-50 you in your face. And you just gotta hold that. So
And I don't know too if like in older Tekken games this was that common where you can have a 50-50 that it's like you don't duck, you get put in a launcher situation, and if you do duck, you get put in a launcher situation, like specifically with heat smashes and heat like demo mans and stuff. Like I feel like it's like someone said this before, that's like when you're in heat at like a wall break or something or a wall explosion, it's like everyone is Kazuya. Where if you don't duck, you're fucked, and if you do duck, then like you could still be fucked.
that
Seems like way more in this game that probably than I would imagine in other games.
yeah, I was gonna say about that too. In older Tekken games, there were certain situations, like certain mix-ups, like if a Mishima, they were nice with the wave dash, she could mix up Hell Sweep or instant while staying too.
And even Hell Sweep, unless you're a Deviljin, didn't full combo. Actually, no, Heihachi too, right? Heihachi full combo.
A counter hit.
Okay, yeah.
Counter
But
hit, yeah.
even then, like Kazuya, like his isn't even like a full combo hell sweep. That should just put you on the ground. In this game, you're at the wall, even with like Azu Center or something, and she does a demo man, and then you get put in a fucking combo, and then that's like 80 damage or 70 damage.
Yeah, it's OD. So there wasn't a lot of situations. Like, characters had 50-50s where a knockdown low and then a knockdown launcher. I mean, a launcher, mid launcher. But in general, those situations, those mix-ups were really risky. Like, let's say Bob is in your face and doing a wave dash. If you eat the hell sweep, you get the knockdown into Oki. And if you duck, he could do like a hop kick or something like that. But obviously, if you duck the low, he's getting launched. And then the hop kick, you could sidewalk. So it creates more mind games. So it'll force the bot player to have to wave dash and a homing move and stuff like that. So you have to think way more to do 50-50s. You couldn't just do, I'm going to do a 50-50 and this joint is going to track and you're going to have to hold that. You know what I'm saying?
Or like fucking Heihachi's heat smash at the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Where he does like the unblockable, or you have to duck that shit.
Yeah, OD. So that's one thing I was gonna say that you was talking about. That's one of the issues I have with Tekken 8 is that everybody's Anna. Like, everybody's like,
Yeah.
you eat this knockdown low, you get a full combo. Or you duck it mid full combo. That's so silly, bro. It shouldn't be like that. Cause it's like, that's one thing I was telling my chat before. I think it was like yesterday. I brought this up. I said in Tekken, there's something that's called risk reward ratio, right? In older Tekken games, this is what top players used to do, right? Since obviously we can't block everything, right? But if you know like enough of the character's tools, you will know, okay, in this situation, if I don't duck, he's just gonna do a chip low. But if I duck, I eat a launcher. So we will think about that risk and we will act accordingly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes, okay, the low will get a full combo. But if I just duck, I'm not gonna lose a lot of damage. So that's how we used to play old Tekken games when it came to high level. We would like know the characters, like the tools they have, and we would determine if we want to guess sidewalk. Okay, if I sidewalk, this homing move's gonna do this, or this tracking move's gonna do this. But if I hold back, But now you can't really do that because every option will kill you.
Yeah.
So there's no like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no really like, okay, if I eat this, I'll be alright. No, if you eat anything, you're gonna die. And you gotta hold it. So defensively, and when it comes to like thinking, is a little bit harder to do in this game. Obviously, when you just playing neutral, there's still certain situations where you could just take something because it's not gonna kill you. When it comes to like you trying to read your opponent and stuff like that. But in general, in this game, you die for almost every option. So it makes the game like you have to think a lot less, and like it's high level, but not really, if you get what I'm saying. That's how I feel. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah, because like it's just like when you watch high level gameplay, like this is what I hate about Tekken 8 is that you watch high level gameplay, and there's things that everybody could do that you're watching that it feels like anyone could do. Like anyone could do Heihachi heat smash into the wall, into either guard break or whatever the fuck. And it's not fucking entertaining to watch because you could see somebody in green rank put the same situation on someone and it could still work. Like there's no like execution barrier or skill barrier to a lot of the situations that you see at high level, which I think makes the game like way more fucking boring to watch in tournament, especially.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that because you like me. I know, like you like me. When somebody's ass or butt, you be like they butt. For me, I'm gonna be real. It's hard for me to know if somebody's good because everybody could do everything.
Yes. Bro, I like telling this story when I talk about like how hard it is to tell when someone's good. Is that I fought Knees Steve when I played in like on ranked or whatever in Korea. And I literally thought he was a jobber. Like, I thought he was like a Korean jobber that just got back home from work. Because when I was fighting his Steve, like, he was doing the same shit people in fucking NA would do. Where they just do the fucking, the down, up 4-2 fucking move into Lionheart. Like, this, literally the same fucking situations. The only thing that I saw with his Steve that I was like, all right, maybe, like, this might be someone really good is, like, his back one timing. And that was it. Everything else, like, I was just finding like a random. It literally felt like I was finding someone in NA or some shit. Like the way his Steve was playing was like fucking. It's like the same shit I've seen before with all the other fucking Steves, and that's why I got mad as fuck when what's it called, when like like I hear Steve players, or like specifically like Shimblade, he says, oh, I like watching Tekken 8 Steve more than Tekken 7 Steve, or Tekken 8 Steve is like has way more skill expression than Tekken 7 Steve. And I literally like broke my fucking mic on stream hearing him say that shit,
Damn.
because Steve, bro, like Steve was my favorite character to watch in 7. So
Yeah.
like now watching him in Tekken 8, I actually don't, I'm not locked in watching him anymore. And it's kind of sad. Like when I watched Steve in Tekken 7, I was literally like sitting up, staring at the fucking computer or whatever, staring at the TV. Like now when I watch Steve in Tekken 8, I like it's whatever. Like it's not fucking impressive to me. It's even though I know Steve is not an easy character, it's still fucking, it's just boring as fuck. Like the
I'll,
Lionheart shit is boring as fuck. I wish down forward 2 Shiro combo came back, because when you'd see someone pull that shit off in tournament, it
yeah.
was like really hype.
Yeah, it was sexy. That's what I was saying. That shit was
Yeah,
OD.
yeah, it was literally it was like the most beautiful interaction I think in Tekken watching it. This someone down forward 2 Shiro comboing, seeing this shit, knowing how hard it was to do, is like, I miss that shit. I miss it a lot.
That's the
And I
thing
only
too.
started playing in set. I'm not like a fucking old. I'm not like a new a old head player, like a legacy player. I started playing in Tekken 7, watching tournaments like 2023, 2022, and now I like when I talk about Tekken 7, I feel like I'm a fucking old head. It's not
Yeah.
even that far long ago.
Nah, it
It's
wasn't
not even
even
that
there.
long ago.
Yeah, time be like that, man. I think Tekken 7 is so rough on everybody mentally that when we look at a game that the last game before, we think that joint like 10 years ago. That's just how
Yeah,
that's
that's
how
how
rough
I
the
feel.
game. I see what you talking about, Steve, honestly, because Steve was one of my favorite characters to fight in tournament and also like watch, because it looked just so fundamentally solid. A lot of spacing,
Yeah,
counter his
yeah,
setups, good movement, and
yeah,
now it's kind of everybody just doing Lionheart stuff. So that's
yeah,
funny. The story you said about Knee, which is my issue with the game too, is that you can't tell who's nice and everybody do the same stuff.
yeah.
I fought Blue Ranks Kazuya that could do instant electric and down forward to electric. And,
Yeah.
and then I fought for
Mishimas too. Mishimas are just like Steve, where it's like they were so fun to watch, and now in this game, it's like watching Heihachi is fucking so much more boring in this game than
yeah,
7.
because
He
it's
was
just
my
the same
second
stuff.
favorite character to watch. Now in this game, he might be like the most boring Mishima to watch, like dead ass. I literally hate fucking watching Heihachi now
Yeah,
in
he's
this game.
boring because it's not a lot of flavor. He just kind of just doing down forward one into two just frame,
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and
the charge shit.
yeah, that's about it. And then jab back too.
Yeah,
And then the 50-50 headbutt, whatever the
yeah,
unblockable
yeah,
bullshit is.
yeah.
So it's true what you said though, because that's it. People's issues with the game too, and I think that's probably why a lot of people are not really interested in watching the game high level. Because people's complaints about older Tekken games, that older Tekken games are really boring. I remember when DR was out, people would literally say, "Yo, DR is mad boring," and I used to ask, "Why you think this game is boring?" And then people used to be like, because it's a turtle fest. All people do is just backdash all day and throw out safe moves. So people used to complain about that, about DR. And I think it probably went to Harada and Murray and all of them. So that's why I think they started adding way more comeback mechanics and making the game more meets out like that. Because DR, I'm telling you, bro, DR was rough. DR, almost everything was safe on block. And the backdash was OD. So everybody would just throw out safe moves, backdash, safe move, backdash. And people used to, but you know, having that, like obviously there was unsafe stuff, but the
Yeah.
amount of how safe fundamental moves are made the matches last way longer. Like I don't know if you've seen the DR match; those matches are long. Don't get me wrong; if you get hit with a combo, it's a wrap. But when it comes to just straight fighting, like matches take a while in that game.
Was it like 90 seconds for a game back then, or no?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think
Damn.
in DR they raised the health bar. I could be wrong, but I know
Oh,
that
okay.
I think they raised the health bar from 5.0 because 5.0 you get hit in that game, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
You get cooked by anybody in that game. That game was mad OD. That game will
I heard
test.
it was unbalanced. That's what always people say. Oh, Tekken 8's not 5.0 or whatever, like broken wise. They always bring that game up.
Yeah, I think 5.0 is more busted than Tekken 8, and I think Tekken 4 is more busted than Tekken 8 because Tekken 4 got infinites, and Tekken 4 there was levels that were banned in tournament. Like you couldn't play that Fight Club stage banned. I think the parking lot stage too was banned too because certain stages had infinites. I think that game was so broken. I think the only stage that was available in tournament was the arena, the Heihachi arena. I think
I don't know that one. I don't
yeah,
know that
it's a big cage. It's a cage. That's what it is. So I think that level was like the only level allowed in tournament. That's how broken that game was. That more than half the stages were banned in tournament. At least we don't have that. If Tekken 8 was like that, that'd be a problem. But it wouldn't make sense for Tekken 8 to be like that because it's patches. It could just anytime something broken happens, they could just patch it up.
Yeah, that's what like a lot of old heads say. They're like, "Oh, why are you guys whining so much about Tekken 8? Back in our day, and Tekken 5, Tekken 4, we had to sit with the game for fucking like years." But it's like it's a different time.
Yeah,
And they can put up patches like in a moment's notice. So that's why it's kind of crazy that they could do a season 2 and then make us wait 8+ months with no changes at all after saying that, oh, we're sorry about season 2, blah blah blah, and then they want to make us wait all the way until season 3 for fucking changes on the technically the worst patch in Tekken history.
I was gonna tell you about that too, man, because like a lot of people not playing the game because they're not coming out with no updates. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna ask you, as somebody that currently plays Tekken online and stuff like that, and also streams, how hard is it for you to find something to do with Tekken 8? Like when it comes to like content or trying to entertain people? Because let's be real, we don't got no updates. There's not a lot to do. Yeah. Like my Mariah Zoe came out, but I don't really think she like got more people to play the game like that. And Armor King the same way. Like people play Armor King for a week, but it didn't get mad people to come back at Tekken. So what you do, bro? What you do to like how you having fun with Tekken? Because we don't got a lot.
What I do? Yeah. Well, I mean, you already know that I do a thousand fucking beef sets. Like any chance I get, if I see two people like in the chat arguing, like I'm instigating that shit and having them play. Like there's times where like I don't even want to play the game, but I'll see two people that hate each other play the game, and that'll get me like motivated to watch. Like if there's two people that are playing and I know they hate each other, that's the only thing that's actually like fun to watch currently in Tekken 8, I think. Because I think even tournaments are fucking, even when there are stakes on the line, even tournaments aren't fun to watch anymore.
Yeah, I know.
When there's two people, like even in a game as broken as it is now or bad, I feel like even when the game is bad, and if there's two people and there's like a story between them and they're playing and they don't like each other, that it can like carry the game being in the state it is. So that's like the shit that I do a lot, other than like playing ranked or whatever. Because that's when I get fucking mad. When I'm playing.
Rank is like the worst thing, and especially when you like in God 2 and 3, you're not gonna find no matches. You're gonna wait like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
For like a match.
Like I haven't been at God 3 yet, but yeah, like you do have to wait. You do have to wait too on that, especially with God 3. Like I think the rank system is kind of fucked. Where even though I like they added more ranks, I noticed like a lot of people that are at God 2, God 3 that they can't even play rank because there's not anybody on.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. I'm not waiting no 30. Imagine waiting 30 minutes and you streaming. Everybody's gonna leave. So I was gonna tell you the whole beef set thing. What made you come up with that? Cause that's like, I'm gonna be real, bro. I used to do that joint back in Tekken 4, the PS4 days for Tekken 7.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing it because people just stopped wanting to play each other. Like people just didn't want to do it no more.
There's a lot of people that are really pussy. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. There's a lot of pussies. A lot of you Tekken players, you guys love fucking talking, but then as soon as I boot up a fucking lobby, it's like, oh, I have work tomorrow. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's really hard to find people for that shit. It's true.
Yeah, people want to, like, I stopped it because nobody wanted to do it no more. So I'm not doing this no more. Yeah. Like, we be, like, it's just like your joint where dudes will argue with each other and fight. And I'm like, yo, just play Tekken. And they be like, nah, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or another instance.
Yeah, they make dumbass, like, they'll say I have to work tomorrow, I got to go to sleep. And then it's 30 minutes later, they're still talking in the fucking chat.
Yeah, exactly. Or they be like, oh, I don't play this game anymore. That's the best one. I don't play this no more.
Yeah, that too, yeah. But they still want to argue like they do play the fucking game.
Yeah, so I was gonna tell you. My bad.
I was gonna say who I got it from. Like obviously I've seen it from your stream too. I was around during the PS5 days, and you have done beef sets past that, but obviously not as much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like who else. I actually can't really think of who else. Like really, like to be honest, like the only streams I even watched really were your stream and. I mean, I guess I'll just say it. Like I guess I got it from you because I didn't get that shit from Mike Hollow. I feel like I did that shit before they started doing it.
Yeah,
because like a lot of people say that like I stole that shit from Mike Hollow, but like I feel like I did it before.
Most
And
likely,
then
because people doing beef sets way before him. So,
but like it's not even like, oh, I created beef sets. You like obviously you guys have been doing that shit way like before I even knew what Tekken was.
yeah.
I just think that I like probably got people more to do it again. Like I kind of like resurgence it, I guess. Because we're actually getting people to put up money. Like today, there was a beef set that had like an $1,000 pot. Like we actually raised
Damn.
$1,000 for someone to play
That's
or two people to
crazy.
play
And
because of how much they hate each other. Because like people knew how much they hate each other, so they were actually willing to want to see that shit.
and who was it? Who was it that fought each other? 'Cause that sound OD.
Like you probably don't even know who they fucking are. Maybe you know who Hey Broken is, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
heard
if you
of
know
him.
who
Yeah.
Heavenly. You probably know who Hey Broken is because you've heard him like talk shit to people on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
I
you
seen
probably
the
heard
dude. He got like Jerry
other players
curls, right?
complain about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jerry curl dude. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he play like
Hey,
Safina. Yeah,
Hey
he's
Broken
ham.
and Heavenly Uchiha. Heavenly Uchiha. Do you know who that is or no?
Isn't that
Like
dude
a
like
Reina
a?
player.
He's like a VTuber, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's like a VTuber Reina player.
Yeah, I know that dude. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised he was that ham because usually VTubers ain't
yeah.
really that crazy like that. But people were telling me, yo, that heavy Uchida dude, that dude said this and that, and he said
Yeah.
apparently he made some dude cry or something like that. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's
I
true.
don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll ask him about that.
Yeah,
But
some dude reported him or something. And he said that he was bullying
oh
him.
yeah, yeah. The terror is death. The terror, like, do you know who the terror is death guy is?
I actually don't know who that guy is,
Okay.
but I just
So
read up about
he
it.
kind of looks like Steve Urkel, where he has like glasses and shit.
Yeah.
And like he got really like there was a beef set between him and you probably don't know who Tekken 8 Gojo is, right?
Yeah, that's the dude that puts all the Gooner stuff on Twitter.
Yeah,
With the
okay, you
mods.
do. Yeah,
okay.
so he puts like the BBW Reina mods
Oh my
on and stuff,
God.
and then he got banned on Twitch.
Oh my
But he
god.
fought him. So Terra's Death fought him, and then they were going back and forth, like they were arguing with each other, calling each other this, calling each other that, and then after the stream ended, like he wanted to report Heavenly Uchiha, and I guess like the reason why like nothing happened to Gojo is because Gojo's not a Bandai Namco creator. Heavenly Uchiha was. And supposedly, or I guess not supposedly, like on the stream, Heavenly was kind of like, how the fuck did you get Bandai Namco creator? You only have like 20 viewers or some shit.
Oh, that's OD.
And so then like Terra's Death, I guess, like I think what happened was Terra's Death's brother is kind of like his manager or some shit or his PR guy. Because I noticed when Terra's Death was getting too crazy, his brother was like tapping him on the shoulder and telling him to relax, and he turned his stream off.
OD.
So and also too, like the Terra's Death guy blocked me on Discord. I tried to message him, and then I noticed he messaged me and he said, "Don't ever talk to my brother ever again."
OD.
So it was his brother on his account.
Oh
So
my
like his
God.
brother probably is a reason why I think Terra's Death even thought of reporting Heavenly Uchiha. Then he got his Bandai Namco creator badge or whatever the fuck removed for like bullying and harassment.
Oh my
Even though they both
God.
kind of agreed, even though like they were all like making fun of each other. It's
Yeah.
not like it was one person doing the other thing. It's just I don't know. It was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I think that's too much, man, to get him to lose that thing. Cause that having that is good. Cause they actually hook up like people that's part of that. Like, you know, they'll give you they'll let you play any new game that they come out with. They let you stream it, and if they add events next to you, like they'll do special stuff just for you, just cause you part of that. So it's kind of
I'm not gonna lie, GM.
what's up.
I'm not gonna lie. They don't do shit for the fucking Bandai Namco creators. That's what I was told. That they don't act like that shit is like ass. Like I remember he was saying that. Oh, when I got that shit removed, it's like whatever because they don't do shit. They really don't do shit. And I'm kind of not surprised. Namco like will just give that shit out and really not do anything other than I guess giving you a free game on launch. That like that shit is kind of like.
Like
Like,
I
it seems
said,
like it's kind of ass.
it depends. Maybe that guy, maybe he's not really like, cause
Maybe
me,
there's levels to it.
yeah, cause for me, bro, I went to New York Comic Con. They were mad nice to me. You know what
They
I'm saying?
paid for you to go there to Comic Con?
Well, one of the I got a pro badge, and so I was able to go there all 4 days, and it was cause I told them I had connections with Capcom and they treated me godlike, bro. They let me play. They did some VIP joint with me, and they let me play all the games.
Then sorry Namco.
Nah, they hook you up, man. They hook you up. I guess he just
And
wasn't
those
in
guys
there.
were just low tier. They're low tier then.
I think just wasn't in the community like that, man. Cause you go in there, they hook you up. So I don't got they hook you up.
Never
Capcom,
mind then.
Capcom too, they hook you up. I just think that guy, he probably was just not really paying attention or in there like that. But
Okay.
I can't lie, they hook you up. So, So yeah, that's crazy for that all of that to happen. That's the thing with beef sets that I was gonna tell you. Don't you think sometimes they might go too out of hand, or you think they?
It happened. It happens. There's people that drop like f bomb, like not f, like fuck, like like the bad f word,
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
that shit has happened before. And
Oh
I've
my
had
god.
that's why there's certain people that like. There's this guy. I'll say his name because some people might know who he is. There's this guy named Rick Muladrip that I had to
Oh, the
completely
Oscar
ban.
dude, the Oscar dude,
Yes,
yeah, the
I
hand
had to
dude.
completely ban him from all my shit because every time he gets super angry, he dropped the F. He dropped the fucking hard F. And there's like a few times where I'm just like, I had to just end the stream and then reboot it up and delete the VOD and shit. But it's just like it got to a certain point where it was like I like he keeps doing it, and then I start getting people come to like my Discord, and then they start acting like they can just get away saying that shit. And it's like it started
Wow,
to
yeah,
become too much.
yeah, that's OD. Cause you like as a streamer, like you want everybody to be able to go to your stream.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want your stream to
And
be
that
on
and that's
some.
why too, like I didn't, I guess it's kind of like going to in too many places at once, that like since I started streaming, like there's certain streamers that like I used to watch, like Big Nose and Planet Medusa, and that like since they've gotten too crazy in Tekken 8, I had to like ban them from my stream, even though I used to be like I'll say it, like I actually used to be fans of both of them back then. But then like since Tekken 8 came out, that like they have, it's like they just didn't give a fuck about being in the Tekken community anymore. And I know like now they're streaming again and they're not getting banned,
Yeah,
but like at least like in season one, that they sort of just like fuck this shit, and they just had no filter, and they were fucking saying the craziest shit of all time, doing Illuminati streams, doing fucking anti this stream, and I'm just
yeah, they
like
had,
damn,
bro.
I can't even type in your guys' chat anymore. I don't want people to know I watch this shit. And then yeah,
Yeah, I
like
feel
and then
you.
and then now I started streaming, like they've come to my chat before, and I'm like damn, like I really have to ban you guys because I don't want people to think that, oh, that I just allow people that say this and say that, or else like you said, yeah, that they're gonna get or people are gonna be thinking like that they're not gonna be comfortable in my stream.
I feel you. I feel you on that. I was gonna say too. I feel like it depends. You know what I'm saying? Because you already meets out. I feel so. I feel like
Yeah.
if some
That's why
meets
you have to be really crazy. Like for me to like want to ban you, you have to
be real ham, right?
yeah, you have to be really crazy. That's why I
I'm.
have a ban counter. I have a ban counter because
I
I thought
noticed
I'd have
that.
to ban more people, but it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, because I feel like since you so ham, you allow more stuff. Like you ham, you want.
Yeah,
I feel like you kind of
yeah,
want chaos, right? Like you want people.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Oh, my man's
It's
is
for
from
like
the.
that Rick Muladrip guy before I had to like shut his shit down,
Yeah,
or before I had to stop having on my stream. I'm not gonna lie, it was like you said, what do I do to have fun in Tekken 8? Like watching him play was like one of the like his Oscar was horrible. Like his Oscar was really bad.
yeah.
Like the first beef set I actually did, I think, is with him. It's like I actually beef setted him, and I 10-0'd him, and his Oscar was like really bad. But it's not even like that's why I say it's so entertaining, the beef set stuff, is because even if you're not good at the game, that it even if like the gameplay is not good, even if the game you are playing is not good, I feel like you can almost watch two people play chess, and if they hate each other, that it's actually somewhat entertaining. And with him, it was like that. It was like that. Like when he would play, even if he was losing, he would have like the utmost confidence in the world and think he's like a supervillain, and it would just be entertaining regardless. And
I
that's why that shit was so funny to watch with him.
Yeah, people talk about that with the FGC, that people miss old head FGC because we used to have rivalries and stuff. You know, we used to have people like Filipino Champ. They had storylines
Yeah,
with him having beef with people.
yeah,
Myself too, I used to beef with people all the time. People used to love me
yeah,
watching me play because I had beef with people in tournament. So people miss storylines. The FGC doesn't have no storylines because everybody just wants to drink bubble tea with together, eat donuts,
yeah.
and just smile at each other. Nobody want to have beef no more. The beef
I
we
think that's
have
why.
now is a bit different, right? The beef we have now is
Yeah,
more of a verbal stuff, but no gameplay. They'll just talk shit to each other and then block each other, and then that's it. Back then, oh, we got beef, a tournament, play each other, this and that. But now it's more like talk,
yeah.
talk. You know, go ahead. What you gonna say? My bad.
I was gonna say that's why I think a lot of people want to see you in tournament, because like they know like you're obviously not like the biggest friends with everybody, and like seeing you like go back to tournament and like bust a lot of people's asses would make like a lot of people uncomfortable, and it'd be funny to watch. Like it'd be really entertaining to watch. Like to
Yeah,
see like someone that's like really good and you can't really stop them, and you're just like pissed off and you have to sit there and just hold them being mad.
Yeah, I feel you, and I figured that's why too, cause like in 7 it was like that too. Like people would just be mad salty because I used to beat them and stuff, cause he used to have
Yeah.
beef, so they couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, and you can't
So
do anything about it.
yeah, because you just lose and you have to hold that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good feeling to have for people and stuff like that. I was gonna ask you, since you talking about tournaments, enough about me. I want to know, what is the difference now that you from a streamer to a content creator? Like, cause remember when you told me to, you was like you didn't want to stream, cause then it's
Yeah.
gonna make you just focus on streaming. You're not gonna care about
Yeah.
tournaments. So I want to ask you how you feel now.
Well, to be fair, when I did that shit, that was right before Evo too. So that's what I was also thinking about, is I wanted to at least lock in before Evo, but all like it was always in the back of my head, and I think I said that too in that interview, that I had to do content eventually.
Yeah,
That even if I wasn't gonna do tournaments too, I had to do content eventually. And that I think combined with season 2 not getting any better, that it made it a lot easier to do both. That's like, even though I haven't been joining a lot of tournaments recently, I'm still not like fully a content creator. I'm still gonna go back, and especially season 3,
yeah.
that I'm gonna travel again to go to tournaments.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff.
But like now I like going to like an LCQ or something. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about that. Or like even joining like TNS and stuff. Like
Yeah.
now, I am way less motivated for that shit now. But when season 3 comes, yes. But yeah, like I think I do have slightly a different perspective on it, but it's still kind of the same. Like I still think I just started going to tournaments, and I still feel like I think I'm like competitive enough to do good. I just need to get better. But I think I have the right mindset for tournaments. That like it kind of pisses me off how many people in NA do not have like a competitive mindset. And I think it's like partly due to Tekken 8, that because the game is so bad and so like competitive wise at the highest level, or not at the highest level, but at least in NA competitive wise, that there's so many people that have dropped off this game, is that you have people at the top, like technically at the top, that aren't even like 100% serious about competing. That's why I think that like the competitive landscape is kind of ass, because you literally have like casual, like literally casual players, like self-admitted casual players, at like having the best record or whatever with their character in the whole country. Like there's this Kazuya player, I don't know if he's cheating, but his name is Life Is My Heaven,
Oh, that
and
guy.
he's technically the best Kazuya in NA. And according to him, he's a casual player, is not interested in joining tournaments, and stuff like that is like really demotivating, I think, competing wise,
Yeah.
because you literally have people like that are like supposedly the best with their character, and they're not they're a casual. And I think it's because all the people that would be the best with Kazuya just either retired or aren't playing anymore. And that's not just with Kazuya, that's like with a lot of characters.
Another thing could be too is that he probably is cheating. He don't want people to know that he's cheating, so he
Yeah.
just doesn't go
Well, to be
anywhere.
honest, I think he's cheating. I think he's cheating. Like, I know how the fuck you can beat Kazuya that many games. Like, I think he's cheating.
I
But
think everybody
it's hard to be 100% sure.
there's I'm gonna be real with you. There's a lot of players that I know that played him and they think he's cheating too. And it's like known
Okay,
people.
good.
There's known people that I know. I'm not gonna say no names, but there's people
Yeah.
that are like on the upper entourage, if you know what I mean. They like up
Yeah.
there, and they be like, yeah, that guy's a cheater. I blocked him. I
How,
said,
how I like telling if someone's cheating is I like talking to them and seeing like how they respond. Like if I ask you like, are you planning on going to tournaments, or I ask you like, did you do this, did you do that, and they don't even know what like a star GG is, then I already know something's up. Because how the fuck do you get that good? Are you in like known players streams? Like you're like you know the Wavewank website, right?
yeah,
Where you could track like the elo and everything. Like how the fuck are you that high with multiple characters? And then all of a sudden you're just a complete casual. Like you can't, even though this
yeah,
game is brain dead, I also do think like certain characters like Kazuya, you have to put like maximum 110% effort, I think, to at least be at that level with Kazuya. It's not
yeah. You
like,
gotta be
even though
OD.
he says he's a casual, how the fuck are you a casual and you are that higher above every other Kazuya player? Like he's the only one with GOD4, I think. Like
Yeah,
he's one of the only people with GOD4,
I'm
and
gonna be
that's
real with
crazy.
you. I played him in Tekken 7. He wasn't as good as he is now. Like in 7, you could
Okay.
mix him up and shit. And he was a PlayStation 4 player, and now he's like everybody that I know that play, and they be like, yo, I can't hit him. He block everything. He got perfect execution.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
And he has like on multiple characters too. He's like super high, fucking top of the leaderboard weight on Wave.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That's what I say, man. With this game being on PC, even on console, you could cheat. It's a little harder to cheat on console, but you could cheat on console.
Yeah.
I just think the games being online makes it harder to tell who's good and who's not, because you don't know who the hell is cheating.
Yeah.
That's the blessing thing about offline Tekken, is that nobody could really cheat in offline Tekken unless they're using like a bullshit macro controller or whatever.
Yeah.
But in general, offline Tekken is always gonna be king. I was gonna ask you this too, because there was a video that I'm probably gonna react to soon, and it's about I think you probably seen it, like the FGC tournaments are dead or something like that. And this dude made a whole ass documentary about how all the grassroots tournaments are gone, and he breaks down every single one of how they gone. I said, bro, that's OD.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. I didn't
Yeah,
even see that.
yeah. There's a video on I think it came out like 5 days ago, and they got mad views. And I saw even tournament organizers were commenting in the video. So I was gonna ask you, because I'm be real with you now. Like, obviously, I'm a competitor at heart, right? But
Yeah.
it's not like it used to be, man. Before, there was tournaments everywhere. There was mad regionals. So you had a lot of incentives to get good at the game, and also a lot of incentives to be able to get used to traveling and practicing. Now, the only tournaments you could go to are the big esports tournaments. That's it, which is not a lot of them, and they're really expensive. Back then, we don't have these tournaments. No more final round in Atlanta. We don't have none of the big E tournaments. No Winter Brawl. No NEC. No Summer Jam. SoCal Regionals doesn't exist anymore. Midwest Championships doesn't exist no more. UFGT is done. I could keep going. Like East Coast Throwdown, Defend the North. We don't have none of these tournaments anymore. So I was wondering, as a newer player, how do you train for tournaments without there being a lot of tournaments anymore? Like the only it's kind of ham that there's only like a few big tournaments and that's it. So you don't. I feel like it's harder for new players to get ready when there's not a lot of tournaments for you guys anymore.
Well, I'm actually lucky as fuck because where I live, like in SoCal, we actually do have a lot of tournaments. Even though like recently there actually is this one local that did just get shut down,
Damn.
like called Sidestep Saturday.
Yeah.
But we still like compared to all these other areas, we still do have a lot of locals here. I think like the reason like for me specifically that like I think I had an edge on a lot of people is that I was able to actually like go to Japan.
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
That seeing like playing international players and seeing how the fuck they play, like helped me like a whole lot. Not even just international. Well, yeah, international players. I was gonna say like international players like pros, but even just like an international player that's not a pro. Like the way they play Tekken over there, even in Tekken 8, you could still see the difference.
That makes
That
sense.
they like poking into sidestepping or just like doing a move into sidestep. Like they sidestep like how backdashing is. I think in NA that like one of the main ways I could tell like an NA and like or a Japanese or a Korean or whatever is that in NA we do move into move into move, or we just do a move and then we just hold back and then we just sit there. But what they do over there is they are constantly sidestepping, like it's backdashing.
Yeah, they're moving a lot.
And it makes you literally like rewire your fucking brain on how you run your offense when you play them. Because you're not used to like someone just stepping you 24/7. You actually have to sit there and like rework your flow charts, rework how you run your offense, and account for the fact that they're probably gonna step me immediately after this move, even if it's plus.
I was gonna say that
And I
too.
think that's what helped a lot. That's what helped a lot, I think.
That's funny that you bring that up, because back then too, or just in general, like when I first met the Korean players, when I first met like Nin, Ni, and Rain back then, like in 2010 and stuff like that, I noticed the difference between the way they play and the way NA played. Like they focus more like on movement and spacing, and sidestep duck and stuff like that. They just really knew their spacing and really used movement, while NA only really focused on 50-50s and hard guessing. Because I remember I used to talk to JDCR a lot, and I asked him, yo, what you think is NA players problem, right? And he used to always tell me NA players problem is that they focus on 50-50s way too much.
Yeah.
He was basically
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because in this game it seems like NA would actually be really good because of the way the game is.
Yeah.
But it's still puzzling. It's still puzzling to me how ass we are at this game, even though it is like way more 50-50 oriented.
Yeah, because it's still, even though it's more 50-50 orientated, the international players are still doing the 50-50s, plus they're using their Tekken fundamentals like spacing and movement. NA still hasn't adapted to that style. They still just doing 50-50s all day. Yeah. Like, because you know how Tekken is. This is what they told me. They was like, in Tekken, NA's problem is that they focus on 50-50s, and in Tekken, there's multiple ways to win in Tekken. So if you use all the ways to win in Tekken, you have a better chance of winning. What they mean by
I
that is
see.
like, reading people's
Yeah.
timing, spacing, making people whiff, things of that nature. So when you just focus on
Yeah.
one thing, you eliminate your options of
Like
winning.
we're like one dimensional. We're one dimensional.
Exactly. That's what they told me. And ever since that, I always try to like, you know, try to figure out multiple ways to win and stuff like that. It's back then it was cool because you could easily just go to the tournament and talk to them. I was gonna ask you, are like the international players more open to give advice nowadays? Because back then I could just go up to Nee or Rain and ask them a question and they'll answer it. They'll be like, well, yeah,
Yeah.
this and that. Is it easier for a new player to go up to like an international player and be like, yo, can you give me advice on this? How does this work?
I think I'm kind of like in a weird spot where I probably would actually get like I probably would get advice from certain players that probably like a normal person wouldn't. Like just not even just because like I'm more known, but just because I have like a mask and shit. I think like it's kind of funny to them that like they'd be more willing to talk to me because they'd be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
yeah, so I'm actually kind of lucky on that shit. But I'm also the kind of I'm like a dumbass too where like I'm like a competitive dumbass where I kind of like unless I've beaten you in tournament, and this is like a really bad thing that I shouldn't be doing, but like I really don't like if I'm like for example like Arslan Ash or something.
Yeah,
Like I've met Arslan Ash and talked to him, but I wouldn't ever go up to Arslan Ash and be like, how the fuck do I get better at Tekken? How the fuck do I do this? How the fuck do I do that? Because I want to beat Arslan Ash first. I don't
makes
want to be
sense.
like I don't want to be dick sucking and fucking asking how to get better at Tekken to someone that like I've never played before in a tournament.
That
I don't
makes
want them to
sense.
have like that edge over me.
That makes
Even though it's
sense.
kind of stupid because I've had the opportunity to do shit like that. But there are some people that I have actually asked. Like I remember when Book raided me,
Yeah,
that I was like struggling with side characters, and I asked him like, "What the fuck do I do?" Like every time I pick up a side character, I'm literally playing like dog shit. And he actually did like give me advice.
that's
Like
good.
he actually said like, "Oh, like do you ever think of how the fuck to like counter the actual character you're fighting with your like with the character you're playing?"
Mm.
Which is like seems like obvious fucking advice, but like I was just kind of just running flowcharts 24/7
Yeah,
and not
some
even just thinking about like not character specific shit.
yeah, sometimes when somebody tells you something, you might not know what they're telling you. Like in my
That too, yeah.
situation, when I would ask Nee and JDCR and Rain and all of them for advice, the reason why I would ask them for advice is because I played them so many times already. I wouldn't ask somebody for advice that's never played me before. And
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah. I
you
think
know,
if I was getting my ass busted by one of them, like if I was getting my ass busted or I had already got my ass busted, I probably would be like, all right, fuck it. Like let me drop the ego shit and just like ask you for advice. I think that's why
yeah,
also
because
another
they used to
reason.
beat me, so and I knew they were better than me, obviously. So I will
Yeah.
always ask them like, "Yo, what's my weakness? What you think I should be doing better?" And they will always give me like the straight up answer. Oh, your problem is this and that. But they always nice with it. Like they'll tell you your problem, but then tell you good after your problem. They'll never just straight up tell
Yeah.
you like if you ask or not. They'll just be like, Nin is different. Nin will tell you if you butt or not. Like he didn't really care. Like he was OD. I was gonna say
I've heard
this.
about that guy. I've heard that he's like super blacklisted and shit in
He like
Korea.
that guy is crazy though, because I've never seen somebody that dedicated to bust everybody's ass. I've never seen a dude like that. That dude will come with a notebook to tournaments with every character's frame data and every character's weakness, and his notebook also had players' names with their weaknesses on it. And he would literally read this
He had like
notebook.
a death note.
Yeah, he literally. That's why he was OD. He showed me the thing. He showed mad people's names, the characters' names, how to sidewalk. It's crazy. Obviously, we couldn't read it because the shit was in
Yeah.
Korean. But I've
Yeah.
never seen somebody dedicated like that. So I was gonna ask you this other question too. Have you ever seen somebody in NA that dedicated that they have like a notebook? With
That I was literally just thinking that shit. That's why I think NA is not like we don't have people like that are. I like bring this example up, and I know like you went back and forth with him back then, but like obviously in Tekken 7, it was kind of undisputed that I think Anakin was like probably the best NA player that we had consistency wise in tournament
yeah, Tekken
in
7 for
I don't
sure.
know
Yeah,
how many fucking years. Like I don't know how many years. Obviously, if you're just counting 7 and 8.
yeah.
Like, and I don't know how many years, and I don't think there's anyone that's even close in Tekken 8 that has like touched like Tekken 7 peak Anakin. That I think that I obviously don't know Anakin, Like
Yeah,
I've talked to him a couple times, but I don't know his brain like that. But I
yeah,
would assume that he is kind of like that, like Nin, where he's like psycho competitive and like petty and shit. Where there's something wrong with him probably a little bit, like how competitive he is. And
I'm
I think that's how you have to that's how you have to be, I think.
yeah,
That you actually have to be literally like Michael Jordan, psycho fucking competitive, like you are fucking gambling with the guy that's like cleaning the floors and shit, and if he beats you you're gonna get mad as fuck. Like that's how I think that you have to be at that level of like consistency and winning. And I
yeah.
don't think anybody in NA is like that.
It's
And I think
you,
the people that are like that probably have like families and shit now and in a
yeah.
job, and like they don't give a fuck about Tekken.
Uh,
I think we lost all the psycho competitors in Tekken 8
I used to be
in
like that
NA.
too, bro. I used to like honestly, bro. If I went to a tournament and I saw who was going, I would literally just study all their matches because I want to beat
Yeah.
them. I would do that all the time. But obviously, I'm not getting it in like that no more. I think an issue with that,
Doing that shit is easier too now. You could, because this is what I wanted to do, or this is what I actually did. It's like when
yeah,
I went to Evo Japan, when I looked at my pool and I just looked up everybody in Tekken 8 into online replays, and I'm like,
OD,
and I've also said that shit to other people too. That if you're going to a tournament, since you have the online replays, bro, just look up everybody's name and you could watch their gameplay, and you could even filter how they fight against Claudio, for example, and you can
OD.
see what they do and what they don't know and like what you could probably get away with. And with the Tekken 8 replay system, that shit is like really, really fucking good.
Yeah, that's just OD. I was gonna say that too. Like that mindset you said of winning at all costs and being competitive, basically being an asshole, right? I feel
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
this new day and age, people are too soft, man. They don't, because I,
yeah,
even though I'm not competing, I still have that personality, right? And people get
yeah,
really upset at that. So I don't. I think a lot of people are not like that, bro. It's not only because they don't not as competitive. They also scared by the feedback, and I also feel like a lot of people are like that on the low, but they don't really like showcase it. You feel me?
yeah,
That they really want to win or they really think everybody's ass and that they better than
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you have to have that mindset if you want to be the best player. You have to
yeah.
feel like no matter who you playing against that you could beat them. I feel like people are not like that no more because they probably either not that competitive or just scared of backlash or something. I don't know what it is, but
That's why I still want to compete, because I feel like I have that mindset. That's why like when I play on stream and even when I play a side character and I lose to a blue rank, like I actually like lose my mind and I message them and I'm like, all right, since I lost you and you're like a complete utter fucking bum, that if I'll give you 1,000, like I'll give you like $500 if you beat me in your first
oh
attempt.
my
Like
god,
depending on how trash I think you are, I will
damn,
literally offer you money to beat me because I was like that pissed off that I lost.
that's
But it's
crazy.
not even just that. It's not even just that. It's like it's like also the people that are hiding their, if they do have that gene in them, that I think they also have to think about the entertainment aspect of watching tournaments. Even though I know a lot of these guys, they don't give a fuck about that. Like
Yeah,
I've talked to, like I was at Evo once and I talked to I've only been to Evo once, but I talked to Speed Kicks about this shit.
hmm.
That like I was really pissed off at him because he went to Evo and he didn't register on the bracket. He just went to Evo as a spectator. And I talked to him like, bro, why the fuck did you go to Evo, buy the ticket, and then you're not in the bracket? You almost made top 8 last year. And I'm like, don't you think that if you actually would have made top 8 this year, especially with like this version of whoring, like that could have actually like created a fucking like a butterfly effect in like the NA scene possibly, or the Tekken community, and would have got like it would have lit a fire or some shit. And then it's like he told me he just doesn't, like he doesn't think about that shit. Like he just cares about, oh, is this game fun, or do I even want to take this game seriously, and that's it. Like I think some people they don't look like, even though Speed Kicks is obviously really smart, but I think it's
Yeah,
like he also said that's like an old school thing too, that we just play the game, and if it's fun then we play the game, if it's not fun we don't play the game, or some shit like that.
yeah,
But I
that's an
think
old school
like
thing. Yeah,
it's kind of impossible. Maybe it's not impossible, but like there's probably very few people that think like this, where they look at like shit for themselves, and then they also look at like how what they do, how it affects like the entire community as a whole. And I just think that if there was like really good players that thought like that, like Shadow for example, that like it could make this game like get to a different level.
yeah,
But I don't know if that's possible though. I don't know if like we could have like an actual, other than like, I feel like maybe Little Majin during Evo probably thought like this.
yeah.
I feel like maybe he thought that if I did all this shit at Evo, then I like, maybe it's not gonna affect the entire Tekken community, but I can see how like what I'm gonna do is gonna get like everybody riled the fuck up if I start doing this and I start winning and blah blah blah. Like I
Honestly,
think like they need to have that fucking that like mentality as well a little bit, just to
he
make everything more interesting. And
he
if
was
they and if these like I sorry, I'm sorry, my bad.
yeah.
But like if they fucking didn't hold down that persona or the personality, the like psycho winning personality, that it would make things way more interesting. Because you would have people putting their balls on the fucking table and seeing like, oh, what happens when I put my balls on the table? Am I gonna win or am I gonna lose? And
That
that's
makes
what makes
sense.
it the most interesting watching like not just fighting games, just anything competitive, anything like even just like the UFC or some shit. Like anything that's competitive. You see two people, they have their balls on the fucking table, and you see who fucking wins and who doesn't win. It makes it way more interesting.
Yeah, people don't have that charisma or that passion anymore. Everybody just wants to, they just want to a quick click to go viral, clip quick. They just want stuff like that. Nobody really cares about winning or upping the community or nothing like that. We just live in a social media age, man. I think Majin was the last dude to really get mad people to play Tekken after that performance at
Yeah.
Evo. That joint went super viral. There's other Americans that have gotten top 8 at Evo, but it didn't do anything for the community.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
Yeah.
like,
It's
we
like
don't.
they didn't like stand for anything bigger than themselves, it seems like.
Yeah, and they
It's like
don't.
we need like a fucking like a Martin Luther King or some shit
I'm
that
done with
plays
this
Tekken
dude.
in like NA. Like some dumbass like I didn't mean to like say that shit, but you know what I mean. Like someone that
Yeah, I
like
get
is
what you're
just more
saying.
than just like a player.
Yeah, we
Like
need
they
somebody
actually
that could.
stand for some shit.
Yeah, somebody
That's
that
actually
believes in
good
some
as
shit.
fuck too.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be hard, man. I don't know who's built like that. Maybe you could be the one that's built like that, because
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. Because it's just the way it is, man. There's nobody that's like out there like that to try to win for a bigger cause like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
want to make this the last question too. What advice can you give somebody that's like you? You enter tournaments and you decide to go into content and streaming. What advice would you give somebody to go into that? And can you tell like people the benefits of streaming and what you learn from being a streamer and a competitor?
Okay. So I'll start with this. I actually like what I just explained that I do like obviously I do have that like thought in my fucking head when I competed. That I was like I can't just show up to a tournament with like just showing my face and shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying like I'm like ugly and stuff, but like I have to do something that's gonna get people's like to like see who the fuck is this dumbass with a fucking mask playing Tekken? Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I had to do that shit. I had to think about that, and I also had to think, oh, I can't just be a dumbass with a mask and fucking lose. I have to actually win too.
Yeah.
So like I think that you have to have like even if you don't have a mask on, at least like if you have a personality to try to show that shit when you play. And that if you can do both while you're competing, that you're gonna get a following of some sort. Maybe it's not gonna be like a super viral ass moment, but you at least will have a following because people are gonna be interested in seeing you play. And even if you are like losing, that you're like Poke Shop, for example. Like people will always want to watch Poke Shop play, even if he's washed, even if he's good, just because like it's a personality attached to his like competitor, like him as a competitor.
Yeah.
So I think that if you can do both, that I think it's like the best method, I think, for competing, because if you only compete and focus on winning, like one, the shit that I explained earlier, that it's not going to do anything for like the whole community unless like you actually are the best player, Arslan Ash, and you somehow do like win Evo and you're an American. But
Yeah.
if you don't do that shit, you're kind of fucked. So I think that you kind of should try to do both. You should try to do both. So I would say do that. Obviously go to your fucking locals, because like obviously offline is not the same as playing online. You still have to deal with like the lag and shit, and you have to do like certain offline combos you can't do online because of the delay and everything. And yeah, like I would say like obviously not anybody could just like travel to Japan or whatever. So like obviously like that's not something, oh, you have to go to Japan, you have to like go to a big ass tournament. Like you don't even have to go to like Evo yet. Like
Mm.
you just go to local, go to regional, then eventually go to like Evo or something. Or just
Yeah.
try to go to a tournament where like even if it's not Evo, where I think there's like international players there. Because I think when you beat an international player, that's like where it actually means something more than just beating like another American. I think even if you beat Joe Crush, that's not really gonna like show how good you actually are until you actually fight someone that's an international player. So I think that's like I would my goal would be to try to go to a tournament where you're going to be able to fight someone like an Arslan Ash or a Korean or whatever. And then how that shit translates to streaming, or you said like what you said like advice for like if you just start streaming, right?
Yeah, if you like you a competitor, but you also want to like make it as a streamer, because
Okay.
obviously most people are not gonna get sponsored. Let's be real, unless you
Yeah.
know somebody. So most
Yeah.
people, what they do, what they like to do is, once they start competing, they would like to, become partner on Twitch and then use that revenue to help them go
Yeah.
to tournaments. So what advice would you give people to get a following outside of tournaments? Because it feels like a lot of tournament players or just people in general have a hard time trying to build an audience from streaming because they so used to
Yeah.
just playing, so they don't really know how to engage with people. They just used to playing in tournament.
Yeah. Well, there's like two things. There's like the tournament players that even if I say all this shit and they try to listen to me, that they don't have a personality, so it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
That there's like that where like I could tell you all this shit and you go to tournaments and no one's gonna give a fuck still, even if you do win. Where it's like, yeah, you might be kind of fucked. I mean, maybe if you don't have a personality, maybe just wear a fucking mask. Just show up
mm,
to the tournament with a fucking mask on. You might have no
yeah.
personality, but like do something, like put some fucking marker on your fucking face. Do something. If you don't
look,
have a personality, do something to like where they see you and they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
look like an Avatar character, right? Just come in
Yeah,
looking
like
blue or some shit.
like something crazy like that. Just do that. You don't even have to speak. You could literally be a mute. You could be a mute and you could just do that. And I think that will help too. Like even if I think there's some people that can get sponsored and it's not just them competing. Like they just have a known following and they'll get like the player content creator / sponsor or whatever.
Yeah,
Or I guess that'll help them get sponsored just because they have a following.
yeah.
Even if they're not like the best player in the world. So that's what I would suggest. And what's it called? When you start streaming, when you start, well, I guess that is part of it. Like
Yeah.
when you have the personality from that shit, it will make it a lot easier to
Yeah, way
stream.
easier for you. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say another
And
thing. You remember that one dude? He was kind of like your situation, but he wasn't really like nice at Tekken. The dude that went viral for having a dog in his backpack.
yeah. I actually met that. I met that guy at when I went to Evo. I actually met that guy. It was kind of funny because he did go super fucking viral.
He went.
I think his shit he was even more viral than my shit.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with it, which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, and they put the Shiba thing in the game too. They
Oh,
put the Shiba in the game, the backpack with the Shiba in the game.
that's
In
crazy.
Tekken.
I'm surprised he didn't start streaming or making videos or something.
Yeah.
But
You know
stuff
what
like
I
that.
also wondered? I wonder too, is that guy, you know that CEO too, that fought the girl and then
Yeah,
stuck his tongue out, the
yeah,
reborn guy?
yeah,
I was always wondering why the fuck didn't that guy start streaming either?
yeah. Because
I
that
don't think he
moment
really
went,
streams either.
that moment went so viral that the Kazuya
Yeah.
girl that he played, she quit. She don't even play no more
Yeah.
after that. I guess the backlash was too much that she just gave up.
And that dude supposedly beat King Ray in like a regional or something.
Oh
So
wow.
he's actually not bad either.
Yeah, stuff. That's
But
what I'm
yeah.
saying, man. Like when it comes to tournaments or just events, you don't even need a winner. You could go more viral than the guy that won the tournament.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
That was good ass advice you telling me. It's just like I'm just fucked in the head, man. Like I still really want to compete, and I see a lot of you guys in NA that you guys don't have like you guys do not have like any killer instinct in you at all.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously not the greatest player in the world, but it just pisses me off. Like how there's literally sponsored fucking players that actually like take this game casually, and and they sit here and fucking tell me, oh, this is just a video game. This is just a video game. Like, bro,
And
if you are sponsored playing Tekken, like, can you please treat this shit not like just a video game? Just please.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's weird
like
because
we need a. Yeah, go ahead.
the sponsor paying for them. So how they imagine if the sponsor finds out they saying that we paying for
Yeah,
your trips and your hotels and you saying you play this shit for fun. That's OD.
It just like the people on you guys like really piss me the fuck off. Like
That's
I
crazy. I
really
didn't know
wish
that.
like we could really have like a fucking Anakin again because I do want to
Yeah.
see what would happen if NA had more sponsors. But it's just like it's just really sad. It's just really sad for us because like even like Shadow, like this guy somehow didn't qualify for TWT and we was on fucking Liquid and shit. This I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
could fix that shit. And I guess I didn't really give that much advice for streaming,
Yeah,
but
it's fine.
I was gonna say is like you're gonna get fucking rage baited a lot.
Yeah,
And I think too,
that
don't get
happens to me.
afraid. Don't get afraid of like being angry. I think people shouldn't be afraid about getting angry. I think I literally look at streaming, like especially now in Tekken 8 Season 2, that I'm just gonna farm how dog shit this game is, and
Yeah.
I know it's gonna piss me off every time I play, but I know it's gonna be entertaining.
I feel you.
So instead of acting like I'm playing like the greatest game in the world and fucking hiding that I'm getting pissed off or hiding that someone in the chat is being a dumbass. Like, just let that shit, let the fucking evil or whatever the fuck consume you. Just let that shit consume you, and then see what happens.
Yo,
and hopefully you don't like sit here and start saying slurs on stream and get
I'm
banned.
done. You know what's funny? Me and you is alike, cause I think my issue is that I get too mad. So I've been actually trying to control myself, cause I be lashing out at motherfuckers.
GM, when I watch your streams and you get mad, that is when it's the funniest shit ever. I know it's at your expense sometimes too when you get angry, like someone is actually rage baiting you, but
yeah.
Whenever you get mad, I just wish, like, damn, I wish I was here for the old days, the old. Like,
nah, I control myself a lot. I don't like getting mad, bro, and I feel like honestly, like me and you is alike. Like I do like going ham on people when they piss me off. You know me, I don't take shit, but like I've been trying to like teach myself, like, yo, when this motherfucker says some stupid shit to me, just ignore him, bro. I've been trying to work on it because I don't like doing that, to be real with you. And then it leads into some drama shit, and then somebody try to clickbait me or some shit. Like, I'm trying to control myself. So it's funny that you said that, because I'm like that too, but I got to control myself. For your personality, it works, though. Your whole character, the mask and everything, being meets out work. I'm trying to control myself not to do that too much. That is true.
I feel like I could get away with being as angry as I am because I do have a mask. But with you, like, people always like being like, oh, you're this angry on stream. This is probably exactly how you are in person and shit.
Exactly.
Even though with me, I actually say this too because people always ask me this shit, or they say I'm on a fucking character and blah blah blah, but it's actually not true. Like, I'm literally, when I was playing Tekken 8, like, I was this unhinged not streaming, like with no mask on. Well, I mean, obviously I always had a mask on, like when I went to tournaments, but what I mean is, like, before I had like a streamer fucking persona, that I literally got this unhinged while playing.
I remember.
It's like, it's not even like I'm faking it. It's just with Tekken 8 specifically, like, this game just fucking super pissed me the fuck off, where I literally would send like hate mail and spam people and be like, fuck you. And it's just like I swear to God, it's not actually a character. The game just makes me this angry because I see all you guys in Tekken 7 that were bums like me, and I know exactly what the fuck happened. I know exactly how much of a bum you were in 7, and I know that this game carried the fuck out of you. And that's why I say that shit about myself too. Because, like, I know I wasn't gonna beat Ulsan or some shit in Tekken 7, but now in Tekken 8, all of a sudden, whoa, whoop-de-doo, I can fucking do all the shit I couldn't do in 7. And I know it's the same shit with all of you guys.
Yeah, that's facts, man. Because there's a lot of people that will button 7 and they nice all of a sudden in 8. So
yeah,
I definitely feel you on that. But on that note, bro, I appreciate this interview, man. Please tell everybody where they can follow you, your Twitch, all that. Tell everybody everything about you.
Oh yeah, don't look up JoeBuddentk, because you're gonna just find the washed ass rapper with a washed ass podcast that I used to listen to. That's like kind of ass now because he's so old and all he does is talk about fucking marriage issues and not about hip hop anymore. So make sure you look up JoeBuddentk, JoeBuddentk, and you'll find it. Just Joe Budden, no spaces, and then TK at the end.
All right, I'll put that in the description and everything, man. It was a pleasure talking to you, man. And yeah, man, thank you for this.
And my bad too, GM. I don't know if people know this shit, but I'm a mod in GM stream. But like, since I started streaming, I can never fucking catch this motherfucker's stream. So I'm like the worst mod of all time.
Nah,
so my bad about that shit.
Nah, it's all good. You doing your thing. I don't hold that against you. Like, I'm just happy that you took your momentum and you went with it. And I'm glad to see that you got passion for Tekken. There's not a lot of people nowadays that play Tekken, especially competitive. I can just see,
like, I feel like the Tekken 8 is such a wasted potential so far. Like, I literally feel like this, like, it's not gonna be Fortnite or probably even bigger than Street Fighter, but I think it could be close if they actually get all their eggs in a bat, or they actually like get everything like how it should be. I think it's possible. I literally think it's possible for the game to get like double, like a new fucking level with Tekken 8.
Hopefully, season 3.
That's why I think like this.
Season 3 and new DLC. But like I said, it's great to see somebody like you that has passion for competing. You actually remind me of myself when I used to be passionate and just be like everybody's ass. I'm gonna body everybody and just real passionate about competing like that. So that's good to see that it's still somebody left out there like that. So yeah, man, I wish you good luck on everything, and thanks for being part of it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, peace out.